Hello, Internet! Come on in and join the NerdChat. So, we're wrapping up Spider-Man and Wolverine, or Astonishing Spider-Man and Wolverine, with part 6 today. And that will be the end of this story. If you all recall from last time, what had happened was Wolverine started to explode with Phoenix energy. And Spider-Man didn't know what to do, and it wasn't looking very good. But we start this one with Peter waking up from a nap. He looks up, asking if he's still dreaming, because the beautiful woman he is with sure feels like a nice dream to him. Stuck in the Old West, Peter and Sarah Bailey, the teller from the bank, had gotten to know each other pretty well, and naturally, they fell in love. So they get back on the road, or she says we should probably get back on the road because they're going to be late, and you know how, quote unquote, he gets when they're late. It has been 3 years, 4 months, 13 days, 17 hours since whatever happened on Mojo World happened, but who's counting? Now there's no more Spider-Man. It's just Peter Parker, occasional outlaw rustler, a simple man with the world's first solar-powered log cabin, and a pair of web shooter 6-shooters, and 2 mules named May and Ben. Also, an amazing girlfriend, and a pretty cool best friend. They pull up to Logan, who has been living with Native Americans, and since they're late, Logan wants to know one good reason why to not have them scalped. And Peter has a good answer. He has his latest invention, the bacon cheeseburger. Logan tells Sarah that her boyfriend really knows the way to his heart, and she says that he seems to be pretty good at that. So later this night, they're all sitting around a campfire with the natives, and they tell their story about how the fire engulfed Wolverine, and while the power inside him was threatening to destroy everything and everyone, only one person was able to stop it. And that was Spider-Man, doing the one thing that he does best, talking. Peter talked a lot about everything, things he loved, things he'd miss if they were gone, but mostly about this woman that he had just met, and how he couldn't wait to get to know her. The amount of talking he was doing calmed Wolverine down. So Logan stands Peter up and says that he knows he isn't the easiest person to get along with. And Peter tells everyone that it's true. He has tried to kill Peter more than once. But Wolverine cuts his own hand and cuts Peter's hand. And he says that from here on out, with everything they've been through, they are something more. They are brothers. And Peter says, this much blood is going to make me squeamish. And then Logan just tells him, just shut up and hold my hand. So now, even later this night, Peter and Logan are up on a cliff. They're talking about the things they miss, like Frappuccinos, cable TV, football. My God, does Logan miss football? But Logan asked Peter if he had stopped looking for the diamonds. So apparently he and Sarah had gone up to Canada, where he had originally run into that younger version of Wolverine, and he fell into that mine with all the diamonds. And Peter says that he went up there, and Sarah was a real, she was really impressive all the way through. She never complained. She didn't have any problems roughing it. But they just never were able to find the cave no matter where they went. So they just kind of gave up. They brought back. Sarah's been opening banks, and she's about to open, or she had opened a bank and she's opening another, and they're doing very well here. At this rate, Sarah's going to own everything in the country with how well the bank has been doing. But Logan's glad that Peter has finally settled down and he's starting to relax and just enjoy the life that they are stuck living. But the thing that bothers Peter most is that he just doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. What the point of everything was that happened. He can understand, he gets bit by a spider, he's mean to a crook kills his uncle, he becomes a superhero. These are events that make sense to him. But with what happened with Peter, he just still doesn't understand why any of this began. Because now we get to see the rest of the story of what happened. So when Logan cooled down, the Minutemen, those things that had taken the orb originally, they show up and they take everyone else. So they take Mojo and Zar and all of them. They just vanish with them through these portals. But for some reason, they were not able to grab Peter, Logan, and Sarah. And it looks like there was a diamond left in Peter's mask that was still glowing and ported them away. But the next thing they knew, they were, in the Old West, and Peter asked Sarah out right then and there. And now that last time diamond that was in his mask doesn't glow anymore. But he did put it in a ring to propose to Sarah. Oh, sorry, to propose to Sarah. But strangely, even though it has not glowed since then, and this has been, years at this point, it starts to glow, and Sarah calls out to Peter for help as she's being taken by the Minutemen into a portal. So they've found them, and now Sarah's gone before they can even reach her. Now, this is where we learn that the Minutemen are like some sort of like time stream police force, and they're here to restore everything back to the way they're supposed to be. And next thing they know, they're back in the bank where this all began. The Orb and his men just surrender, and Peter sees Sarah in where she was as a teller, and he runs over to her asking if she's okay. And she doesn't know him. Like, she knows that he's Spider-Man, but she doesn't recognize, that she has been with this man for the past, 3 years and some change. So Peter's a little devastated, to say the least, because this woman he was about to ask to marry, who has spent years of his life with, he remembers it all, but she doesn't. So she just kind of walks away from him, confused, not understanding, why Spider-Man seems to know her. And he looks back at Wolverine, who doesn't say anything. And we're not sure if Logan seems to remember anything that happened either. It's possible that Peter's the only one. It's not clear. So the Orb is taken away, and now we see just things throughout time. So Orb is taken away. Dog, Wolverine's brother, is looking for Wolverine still. Mojo is stuck dancing for the folk that Wolverine originally was living with. Then we see Beast, who makes a note to himself about an idea for a Phoenix gun. Dr. Doom looks at a living planet, thinking, and Sarah just goes on with her day-to-day life. Peter finds himself underneath the tree that he and Sarah had carved their initials into, like inside a heart, which is somehow in New York. I don't know where they were supposed to be, but I didn't assume that where it was New York. So anyways, he's underneath the tree, kind of like hugging his legs. He's pretty broken up about everything that happened. And now we have Logan, who is just drinking alone, drinking his problems away. He looks down and he sees the cut in his glove, and he doesn't say anything. We don't get any thought bubbles from him or anything. So I still don't know if he remembers what happens or not, and like the brother he sees Peter as, or if he's just like trying to ignore it or trying to forget it or what. I don't know. But that's it. The last thing that we do see is a little epilogue where Dog finds his way into the cave, and he time ports to the current day. So I have not found a continuation to this story. So I don't know if there is one, honestly. I tried looking and I haven't been able to find anything. If anyone knows if there is a continuation to this, please let me know. Because I really enjoyed this story and I would like to see it continue. And I would like to know if Wolverine remembers everything that's going on. But that is the story of Astonishing X-Men by Jason Aaron. And Astonishing Spider-Man and Wolverine by Jason Aaron. And I hope that you enjoyed it, because I really did. I definitely didn't tell everything that happens in here. There's a lot of banter between Peter and Logan that we don't get to see. There's some other stuff that I had to skip over because, one, I want you guys to go out and buy the comic for yourselves, so I'm not going to tell you the whole story that exactly happened, but enough that you can understand everything that did happen. So if you want to check it out on anywhere from your local comic book shop to your Comixology or whatever, I will leave a link to it in the description below. I want you guys to hopefully go check it out and give this comic some support. But I had a really fun time telling it to you guys. I really hope that you guys had a fun time watching. And next I will be doing, I'll have another Golden Age comic next week. I'm not sure what I'm doing. It might be Aquaman. And then after that, Rick is going to be on the channel again while we do some videos together. We're going to go over Batman Odyssey. So be sure to tune in for that. Like, comment, subscribe. You've been on YouTube. You know how all this jazz works. Also, I am continuing my streaming on Twitch. There'll be a link to that below, JediJosh_NC. So I stream there a couple times a week playing games. I will be gone this upcoming weekend, though, so there will not be any streams there, but I will be streaming the night of this video posting, and I think we're going to be doing Sea of Thieves again, so I hope that you guys check it out, and I will let you all go. But yeah, make sure you follow me here on Discord, Twitter, all that jazz. Check out my Discord and come talk to me directly and recommend other stories. I'll catch you all later. So thank you for hanging out, and thank you for watching.